behalf of our entire class, I would like to welcome everyone to the commencement ceremony of the McPherson College Class of 2011. I would like to thank our parents, instructors, friends, and family for their guidance, patience, and support leading us to this moment in our lives. Last week, my 6-year-old brother informed me that after graduation, I will be an adult. Assuming that this is true, then there are 150 of us in this room that will soon have our lives changed forever. I find it slightly ironic, however, that we adults are all wearing square pieces of cardboard on our heads. On a more serious note, I feel as though our liberal arts education at McPherson College has certainly succeeded in transforming this class into mature adults. Well, the majority of us. A liberal arts education has taught us how to think, how to learn, and how to see things as a whole. As one philosopher once stated, when the only tool you have is a hammer, you tend to see every problem as a nail. I believe the faculty and staff at McPherson College has provided us with more than enough tools for solving our future challenges. Not only have we expanded our minds on an academic basis, but we will always remember the dorm competitions, car shows, secret cruises through the gazebo, April Fool's pranks, or just random pranks on Lamont, and all of the other exciting moments we have experienced on campus. Thank you to everyone once again for joining us in this day of accomplishment, this day when we hopefully become adults.
All right, this is going to be fun. You ready? I'd like to share a story that's probably going to be familiar with most of you who frequented Sunday school as a youth. It comes from the Gospel of John, chapter 6, verses 16 through 20. When evening came, his disciples went down to the lake, where they got into a boat and set across the lake for Capernaum. By now it was dark, and Jesus had not yet joined them. A strong wind was blowing and the waters grew rough. When they rowed about 3 or 4 miles, they saw Jesus approaching the boat, walking on the water, and they were frightened. And he said to them, "Do not be afraid, it is I." When I was growing up and I was told this story, my Sunday school teachers wanted to celebrate in the miracle that was Jesus walking on the water. But as a grown-up reading this story, my focus is on something very different. The disciples, they were frightened. Why? Why, when Jesus was performing such an awesome feat, were they frightened? I mean, what a cool party trick. He was walking on the water. I think they were afraid because Jesus was doing something so unexpected that it shook them up. It shook them to their very core. Jesus could have just brought another boat out onto the lake to catch up, but he didn't. He walked on the water. And when the unexpected happens, sometimes we're afraid. But why scare them? You see, I think that those disciples, they're a little bit like salad dressing. It's true. Have you ever read the side of a salad dressing bottle? It says right here, "Shake well before using." And you really should. Because as you can see, when we don't use it for a while, the contents settle, the particles come apart. And if I were to pour this on my salad just as it is, it would taste awful. But if you shake it up really good, nice, right? You see, God was trying to shake up those disciples. We humans, we're not so different from the salad dressing. We become complacent, sedentary, stuck, bored. And when we do, the good parts in us, the parts that are ready to go out and change the world, they kind of settle to the bottom. God has to shake us up to get us ready to use. By shaking up those disciples, God strengthened their faith. I mean, Jesus could walk on the water. They believed he could do anything after that. They were ready to go out and preach the gospel. Some of you may have your next chapter all planned out. You've prepared yourself for a career. You've written spectacular resumes. You've studied up. You know exactly how to answer those interview questions when they come along. You're ready to start walking your journey. But at some point along the way, God is going to shake you up. It could be something as simple as you being offered a job outside of your major, a major that you have prepared 4 years for. 6. It could be perhaps that a family member develops cancer, and maybe you need to move a little closer to home than you really thought you wanted to. Or perhaps it's that relationship that you are certain is going to last forever, it doesn't. Our reaction to these things might be a bit like the disciples. We might be afraid. Afraid that those unexpected occurrences are going to be roadblocks in your journey. But when you encounter them, I hope that you stop and remember those words. It is I. Do not be afraid. Consider for just a moment that perhaps God is trying to shake you up so that he can really use you. He's going to use you for something better, something bigger. It's graduation. It's good, right? It's graduation. Your journey starts right now, today. But be ready for God to shake you up. Don't be afraid, and instead, look for the opportunity in the chaos. And the next time you get a bottle of salad dressing, shake it really good. And then ask yourself, am I ready for God to use me?
Good morning, and thank you to McPherson College, President Snyder, and the faculty who asked me to speak today. And congratulations to the class of 2011 and their families and friends who supported them and made this day possible. I'm honored to be asked to give this address, but I have to confess I'm also a little nervous about it. This is the first time I've been given this honor, but then I'm thinking that you might be a little nervous too, because this is the first time you've been given the honor of a college graduation, which implies basically moving into a new life, which makes us a little nervous. I'm also a little nervous because when I found out I was going to do this address, I decided to do a little research, and I looked up the topic of commencement addresses. And what I found was a little scary. In a poll asking people who had graduated whether they remembered anything or learned anything useful from their commencement address, 43% said no, 35% said they couldn't remember, and only 22% said yes. With a .220 batting average, I'd have to be a great fielding second baseman to be successful in the big leagues. So I'm hoping that my batting average will be just a little higher than that today, and I will leave you at least with one thing that you may value and remember. And I'll also try to do it fairly quickly, because the other thing I learned was that if you do it briefly, you're likely to be a more successful commencement speaker. Now, I know from experience that you're probably sitting out a lot of questions running through your mind, and that's besides the ones about where the good parties are going to be tonight. But what I remember thinking about is, what am I going to do? Have I made the right choice of my major? Will I get the right first job? Will I be happy? And the good news is that if you made the right choice in majors and found that perfect good job, you can celebrate. But the other good news is that even if you haven't, you're like many of the rest of us, and the world isn't over. I got married in my junior year of college, and as things went in those days, found myself pregnant before the year was over. I had been majoring in psychology and decided that I would change my major to child psychology with a minor in early childhood education. In my days, those were appropriate careers for women who were married and especially women with children. When I graduated, I quickly found a job teaching nursery school, but I quickly found out I hated it. I loved studying about the psychology of child development, but the idea of spending my whole day with 3- and 4-year-olds and then going home with my children was a little daunting. And by the way, I love my children, I love my grandchildren, but spending that day with those 3- and 4-year-olds tested my patience. It did make me also appreciate my children's wonderful teachers and their infinite patience. Now, my experience, I don't think, is very unusual. If you look at the statistics, on average, most people will have 2 to 3 career changes and 7 to 10 jobs in their lifetime. So if you find yourself in a career or job that isn't what you envisioned, and you've given yourself time to really think about it, then change. There's nothing more discouraging than getting up in the morning and knowing you're going to spend most of the day doing something you don't enjoy. Now, it took me a few years to figure out what I really wanted to do, and I finally decided I wanted to get an MBA. My family highly valued education. We heard about that all the time, and so it was pretty appropriate. After earning his degree in chemistry, my father had enrolled in graduate school at Marquette University before he decided to take a job teaching in a women's college in Montana. It was the middle of the Depression, and you didn't turn down a job when it was offered. I think that was one of his reasons for not choosing to go to graduate school. I think the other one was wanderlust and the desire to see someplace other than Wisconsin where he had grown up, and something I've also inherited from him. As things go, he met my mother, a student at the college. He married. He had my sister. They moved back to Wisconsin, and he took a job. And although he did well, I'm not sure he was ever entirely fulfilled with his job. He loved tutoring my friends in science and math and was great at it, and they loved him. And he voraciously read books on botany, zoology, and marine life. He would have been a great professor, and I think he missed his great calling in life. I tell you this story because when I told him I had decided to go back to school, he asked me excitedly what was I going to do. And when I told him I was going to get an MBA, there was this pause. And then he said, "Why don't you do something interesting like marine biology?" I think that remark was telling more about what he wished he was doing. But I think he was like a lot of people who didn't find the best match for his interests, but felt caught because he was successful enough. So I learned 3 important lessons from my father. One was the importance of education. The next was that you can't let others' dreams be your dreams. I wouldn't have liked marine biology any better than early childhood education. And third, the importance of finding what inspires you and doing it, even if it involves some risk and giving up what is safe and comfortable. So take that risk. Take the freedom to jump. As Gina Davis said, if you risk nothing, then you risk everything. Now, as it turns out, in the last term of my MBA majoring in finance, I took a course in business strategy, and the light went on. And I quickly realized that that was really what I wanted to do. I wanted to get a PhD in strategy. Now, I'm sure my family thought I was just putting off going into the real world. But as it turns out, nothing I had studied before was wasted. Strategy requires understanding of people, both employees and customers, so my psychology was useful. And strategy also requires an understanding of how to deploy resources, so my MBA was useful. Then a few twists and turns later, and rather than studying and teaching corporate strategy and the study of large firms, I ended up teaching entrepreneurial strategy and the birth and development of new firms. Now, my path was not the most direct one I could have taken, but as my experiences grew, a more complete pattern and message emerged as to what I should do with my life. And all my past experiences became the building blocks for my next step. As C.S. Lewis, the novelist and theologian, said, We all want progress, but if you're on the wrong road, progress means doing an about turn and walking back to the right road. In that case, the man who turns back soonest is the most progressive. I did a number of about turns in my life, and I'm grateful for it, and encourage you to seek the right road for yourself. Make the change quickly if need be, and usually I would say choose the path that makes you happy. But I think there may be an even better choice than just happiness. As a teacher, I'm fortunate to spend time looking for material for my classes. And one of the articles I came across and want to share with you today, because I think the message is so relevant as you start the next path of your journey, is an article called Life, Liberty, and the Pursuit of Happiness, A Cautionary Tale. Now, the article warns against the pursuit of money in an attempt to find happiness, and most of us are familiar with this warning, whether from biblical readings or advice from others. So this is nothing new. However, this article takes a little different tack. It looks at research from behavioral psychology and behavioral economics to document why this is good advice. As it turns out, personal income levels after our basic needs are met have little impact on the average person's happiness. And here's an little known fact. Lottery winners report lower levels of happiness than non-lottery winners. It seems that the euphoria wears off after winning, and winners return to the level of happiness or frequently lower than before they won. So it seems that from research, that we have a genetically determined happiness thermometer. And the good news is most of us are happy. As it turns out, there's only a few decisions that determines your average level of happiness. 1, live in a free country that minimizes extreme poverty. 2, choose a workplace that provides you control over your job. And 3, and this last point is going to be one that's not obvious, despite what you may think, living in Southern California won't bring happiness, but living where you don't have a long commute will. So it seems like happiness is not that hard to obtain, which brings me to the second point the article makes, counseling against not only the pursuit of money, but not the sole pursuit of happiness either. Because what we really long for in life is fulfillment. Now, if you think about it, happiness is a mental state of well-being. It's usually characterized by positive emotions that we talk about as pleasure, joy, delight, enjoyment. We say, I am happy, and what we mean is I feel good emotionally. But think of what that usually prompts that response. I'm happy. I did well on my test this week. I feel happy. I played well on my team today. I feel happy. McPherson won the KCAC championship. I feel happy. I made up with my boyfriend. But the problem with these happy feelings is that they can be transitory. We may not do as well on the next test, in the next game, next season, or with our boyfriend. Fulfillment is not transitory. It's the realization of one's own potential or abilities. It involves having the perspective, which is gained over a period of time, that we have done well with the opportunities we've been given. And how do we do that? It may not be easy to accomplish, but the advice seems pretty simple to understand. Number 1 is find your special gifts and use them to do something you enjoy in the service of others. Now, I think usually when we hear that message, we think of someone serving in the Peace Corps in Africa or ministering to the poor in India. And if that is what calls you in life, do it. But it also can mean doing something a little less heroic to serve others' needs. And that can be as varied as being a great teacher, restoring cars to perfection, or selling a product that people really need. One of the reasons I've enjoyed my career so much is that it has allowed me to use my business skills to serve others, to do what I'm good at, but to help others achieve their dreams. And what could be better? Number 2 is challenge yourself to accomplish something difficult. We like challenges, particularly those that play to our strengths. So stretch yourself. Expect a lot of yourself and don't settle. As Gail Sheehy said, to be tested is good. The challenge life may be the best therapist. Number 3, build relationship with family, friends, and loved ones. Now, one of the hallmarks of satisfied and fulfilled people is that they have happy marriages and strong social connections with others. Not a giant network of friends from Facebook, but a relatively small group of friends in which they invest significant time and energy. And one interesting tip is to have friends from the 3 generations, your peers, and those younger and older. You're soon to be a college graduate. Coach someone younger to successfully navigate this important step. It's not too soon to be a mentor. Number 4 is nurture a sense of gratitude and generosity. Focus on the wonderful things that have happened in your life, not the negative, and remember to thank your friends, your family, your teachers, and all those who helped you get to where you are today. One of my biggest regrets in life is not telling a history professor I had in my freshman year of college what a great and inspiring teacher he was. So after this event, seek out those you need to thank, and just do that. And 5, lose yourself in a connection with the other. Whatever our spiritual or religious beliefs, we all experience the desire to understand why we're here. A strong connection to something greater leads to fulfillment because it helps to put the trivial in life in perspective and connects us to something larger than the here and now. I would like to end with this quote that appeared in Tom Peters' book, The Little Big Things. Excellence can be obtained if you care more than others think is wise, risk more than others think is safe, dream more than others think is practical, and expect more than others think is possible. So congratulations to you on this momentous day, and I wish you a fulfilled life.
So, graduates, one last piece of advice. You know you're not going to get out of here without me getting one more thing into your ear, right? Don't forget to come back. You know we'll have fun if you come back for homecoming. You know we'll have fun if you come back for graduation. Come back and support your fellow students, your fellow McPherson College family. And don't forget that if you need something, there are still people who care about you and will do anything to help support you. Don't forget to come back. At this time, we should all invite the parents of today's graduates to stand and recognize. Please stand, parents. Family, congratulations, you did good. You did good. Congratulations.
Amanda Lee Aragon, Bachelor of Science. Jose J. Arenas, Bachelor of Arts. Angela Renee Armbrust, Bachelor of Science. Jessica Lynn Arpin, Bachelor of Science. Roxanne Nicole Ayers, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Alyssa Louise Baldy, Bachelor of Arts. Anthony James Baldy, Bachelor of Arts. Elizabeth Anne Marie Ball, Bachelor of Arts. Shane Ball, Bachelor of Arts. Rodley Roy Bartlett, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Holly Bate, Bachelor of Arts. Joseph M. Becker, Bachelor of Science. Miles D. Birch, Bachelor of Science. Jennifer Lynn Birdsall, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Sean Blankensop, Bachelor of Science. Tanya Bauer, Bachelor of Science. Emma Ann Brome, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Austin S. Brown, Bachelor of Science. John A. Brown, Bachelor of Science. Matthew Warren Brown, Bachelor of Science. Ryan Randall Brown, Bachelor of Science. Ana Marie Calderon, Bachelor of Arts. Katie Clemens, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Haley Esther Cook, Bachelor of Science. Susan Rebecca Corcoran, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Myra E. Coulter, Bachelor of Arts. Lance M. Dick, Bachelor of Science. Jeffrey Allen Diggs, Bachelor of Science. Nicole M. Duggar, Bachelor of Science. Kelsey Janelle Dutton, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Travis McLean Eason, Bachelor of Science. Tricia Michonne Fensky, Bachelor of Arts. Carissa Farrell, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Leah Esther Fitzgerald, Bachelor of Arts. Jeffrey Marion Frank II, Bachelor of Science. Don E. Gamble, Bachelor of Science. Amy Louise George, Bachelor of Arts. Heath A. Gehring, Bachelor of Science. Sean Lewis Grandin, Bachelor of Arts. Melissa Ann Grandison, Bachelor of Arts. Kelsey M. Gray, Bachelor of Science. Kelly Ann Green, Bachelor of Science. Sean Robert Griffin, Bachelor of Science. Franz Grossman, Bachelor of Science. Evan David Gershick, Bachelor of Science. Michelle L. Haley Winstrow, Bachelor of Arts. Alexia E. Hall, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Dana Henderson, Bachelor of Science. Laura Lorraine Hendricks, Bachelor of Arts. Zachary Dean Halad, Bachelor of Science. Michael Holman, Bachelor of Arts. Allison D. Hoskinson, Bachelor of Science. Catherine Nelms Hughes, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Amy E. Huxtable, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Madeline H. Jackal, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Dylan Joseph Jandrew, Bachelor of Science. Thaddeus Eugene Johnson, Bachelor of Science. Jesse Scott Jones, Bachelor of Science. Andrew Joseph Kaminskis, Bachelor of Science. Mitchell Creer, Bachelor of Science. Chad L. Criven, Bachelor of Science. Jason D. Lane, Bachelor of Science. Christopher S. Lang, Bachelor of Science. Amanda Louise Larson, Bachelor of Science. Trent S. Lawrence, Bachelor of Science. Christopher Nelson LeBlanc, Bachelor of Science. Randall Dean Livingston, Bachelor of Science. Ashley M. Luthi, Bachelor of Science. Maverick Isaiah Marzoff, Bachelor of Science. Shane Zachariah Mascarenas, Bachelor of Arts. Rochelle Mascaro, Bachelor of Science. Stephen Andrew McCray, Bachelor of Science. Aaron Lee Milam, Bachelor of Science. Grant D. Miller, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Ian M. Miller, Bachelor of Arts. Jessica A. Mulhagen, Bachelor of Arts. Jessica Monahan, Bachelor of Science. Ratanak Sapura Moir, Bachelor of Science. Elijah Thomas Neer, Bachelor of Arts. Elvin Alexander Nunn, Bachelor of Science. Megan M. Ortiz, Bachelor of Science. Kristen Marie Osmond, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Garrett Parker, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Tiffany Parks, Bachelor of Science. Andrew M. Pascal, Bachelor of Science. Kelsey Ann Patrick, Bachelor of Arts. Bridget K. Peterson, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Casey Lynn Pierce, Bachelor of Science. William Wayne Powers, Bachelor of Science. Kevin Eugene Putman II, Bachelor of Science. Brittany Jo Regier, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Rafael Reyes, Bachelor of Science. Armando Rodriguez, Bachelor of Arts. Eduardo Rodriguez, Bachelor of Arts. Trenton Lawrence Ruxlow, Bachelor of Science. Erica F. Schlender, Bachelor of Science. Abby Lee Schlesinger, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Dale Schwartz, Bachelor of Science. Audrey Monique Secker, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Trent S. Sievers, Bachelor of Science. Elizabeth Schaefer, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Serena A. Shea, Bachelor of Science. Jennifer Marie Sheelite, Bachelor of Science. Mark Shelton, Bachelor of Science. Larry Shields, Bachelor of Science. Katrina Short, Bachelor of Science. Billy Joe Shuttleworth, Bachelor of Science. Destry Megan Sievers, Bachelor of Science. John Joseph Sobchuk Jr., Bachelor of Science. Ty E. Sokup, Bachelor of Science. Michael D. Spiropoulos, Bachelor of Science. Ryan B. Stauffer, Bachelor of Science. Kaylin L. Strong, Bachelor of Science. Tabitha Roxanne Surveyor, Bachelor of Arts. Andrea Jo Swanson, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Janie Teeters, Bachelor of Science. Shelton Andrew Thigpen Jr., Bachelor of Science. Ashley Danae Topfer, Bachelor of Science. Luis C. Toro, Bachelor of Arts. T.C. Lane Turner, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. James A. Tuttle, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Brittany M. Van Sant, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Kayla Wenthy, Bachelor of Science. Joshua Lewis White, Bachelor of Science. Dustin B. Whitney, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Barbara S. Wired, Bachelor of Science. Brooks Aaron Wilson, Bachelor of Science. Jessica Lynn Wisdom, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Rebecca K. Yates, Bachelor of Science. Ian Daniel York, Bachelor of Science. Ashley Deanne Zadro, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude.
So graduates, shall we move that tassel? There we go. As we close this time of celebration, I ask that you join your hearts with mine in this moment of benediction as we ask God's blessing on these dear graduates as they move out to serve God and humanity through their chosen vocations. Lord God, our Creator, may these, your dear children, know what it means to commit to go into the world being led by your Spirit, the abiding source of hope and imagination, to see afresh their unique gifts and talents and understand with increasing clarity the acts of service and the accomplishments that you are calling upon them to achieve. Knowing that you walk with them, may they have the courage to follow impossible dreams and experience the reality of those dreams coming true. Grant that they may have the courage to look forward, not backwards, and be willing to follow your Spirit's lead as they discover the purposes to which you are calling them. As these treasures of your grace have worked diligently in their studies, give them the wisdom to know how to fully utilize the accumulated knowledge that they have achieved. Root them in the truth that they stand upon the shoulders of those who have plowed the ground for them so that they might now plant new seeds, especially those family members, friends, and educators who have lovingly made sacrifices so that this moment of commencement is possible. God, I ask that they may grow into a fuller understanding that you ask them to be living parables of Christ our Lord. Grant them to know what it means to walk humbly with you and others and come to an understanding early in life that carrying out acts of mercy and being a voice of justice in an unjust world brings a level of meaning to life that even education and wealth can never attain. In the spirit and tradition of Pentecost, light the fire of passion and vision and breathe a sustaining wind into their sails through Christ our Lord. Amen.
And I'll totally be giving you.
I didn't get to yet. All right. 1, 2, 3.